sitting here with a very special guest, Mr. Douglas Rios Ceballos.
What's up? I'm Doug.
And we are here to talk about Doug's journey from Australia to Kansas to now Norfolk, Virginia, and his quest for putting and golf greatness.
That's something everyone should know, that Mike hates my putting because I guess I hole everything.
No, you hole everything when I'm playing against you. And then when you're on my team, you putt like Helen Keller. You putt worse than me.
I mean, that just tends to happen, and maybe it happens because you manifest it in your mind.
Okay, maybe I should get my notebook out then.
Yeah, anyways, I guess I'm going to be talking about my journey from Australia to now in America. I was, born and raised in Sydney, Australia for 18 years of my life and decided to come to America to experience, college golf.
Wow, I bet Australia's glad that you left.
I think they're glad that I left, and I haven't been back in 4 years. Started in high school. I played soccer all my life until when I was 14. We moved houses and we'll buy a golf course, and my parents just made us a member, three of my brothers. So we became members, and we'll just go after school, just go practice and play. And at the time, I was just doing it just for fun.
Yeah, so you started like grade 9 or so. What do you guys call it over there, year 9?
Yeah, year 9, and there wasn't much to it. We'd just go out and play 9 holes with me and my brothers, and that was it. That's all we did. That was nothing serious. And then it was during the summer break, would be like during the winter break in America. We just played so much, and then I quit playing soccer, because I was just over it, because there was a lot of political things over there in soccer. Like, it's who you know to get into teams. It's not if you play well. It was just crazy. So
parents are upset because they think their kid's the best, and then Johnny's on another team, and then Chad's not there. And
and it's just pretty much, if you know the coach of the team, you're on the team, even though if you weren't good or not.
And then just clarify too, I know for everyone listening, I learned this, but your guys' school season's a little different, or like your school year. Like here in America, we go from September until June, but you guys do a little different, right?
Yeah, it's all year round. So we start in January and in December, with no that big summer break that you would have in America. So it would just be There'll be 4 terms. That's what we called it.
Is there a break after each term?
Yeah, it's like a 2-week break, and that's it.
Oh wow. Okay, so when you graduated high school, you finished in December, but then you came to America the following August.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so it's almost like a year. So it's kind of cool. Okay. Sorry.
It's just so just played golf, and then my parents decided, I decided, I was like, let's just take golf serious. So my parents signed me up for some tournaments, just junior tournaments, nothing of it, and getting lessons twice a week. So I started off, because in Australia you have to have a handicap to play golf. So I started off, it was my brother and I, we both started at the same time, my older brother, and we're both of 23. That's the handicap they gave us, both of us. Wow. We started 23. And I think after a year, we both got it down to 4 handicap.
Wow. And
I was just playing a lot of golf and having lessons twice a week with our first coach. His name's Ducky.
Ducky.
Yeah, Ducky Falcon.
Ducky? No, you made that up.
I'm not making this up.
No. Ducky Falcon.
Yeah,
wow,
but now,
that is cool.
Yeah, he was one of the pros at Cumberland Golf Club, I believe, and he introduced us to pretty much everything that I know of now in golf. So he got us down all the way, pretty much to a handicap 2. So Australia's different over here because there's no college golf after high school.
Playing.
You just play, then you go amateur, then you turn pro, and that's it. But I knew there was college golf over here that I wanted to play, and I didn't decide to do that until my senior year. And it was just a learning curve because I didn't know what to expect or how to come over here, like how to get recruited.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't exist, or a service like that I didn't think existed, but it does exist now. So I had to do it all, I guess, going in there blind. So
And tell us, like, how did you? And first, I want to ask, I guess, just kind of cool. Did you have a chance to play with any when you were back in Australia? Maybe growing up, did you play with any guys that are maybe Australian now playing, on tour, or Corn Ferry Tour, or professionally at all?
yeah, I played with Cameron Davis. He's on the PGA Tour.
Wow, you played with and paired with him?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a match play, and he played the other guy on my team, and I played his teammate. I think I lost, but Cameron Davis beat the guy 9-8, my teammate.
Oh wow, so you guys got waxed.
We got waxed. Yeah. We knew we were gonna get waxed, but he was
cool.
He was 19 at the time, and that was it was stupid golf.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
was that at Stonecutters?
No, this was I think at Monash.
Okay,
cool. Golf club. It's right on like a cliff.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
But that's the other guy that sticks out. I played with him, but there's a couple guys that I've played with that are on this like the Australian tour and mini tours like that. But
and then, so when you decided you were like, I want to come to America, did you just open up Google and you were just like college golf in America?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. How to get recruited, like how to play college golf, and I watched every YouTube video I could that was out there at the time. This was 2015.
Wow.
So this was during 2015. I did ask, I was in this like development program, so I asked the guy who ran that how to get recruited, and he actually gave me some names and numbers of people who are in the States at that time playing college golf. So I contacted them, I talked to them, and they just told me how it was. They didn't really tell me how to get recruited because their recruiting journey was different. They got recruited, like coaches came and picked them out.
They were really, really good.
They were really good, but in my case, I wasn't really good. I was of a scratch handicap.
Right.
And I didn't, like, no coach was going to come to me because I didn't stand out. I didn't play all those big events or anything. I didn't really win. I didn't win any event. I just played consistent golf. So... And at the time, my brother and I were going to come over. So both of us were looking for colleges. Did the whole process, looked everything up, emailed a bunch of schools. I learned a lot of lessons. Make sure you don't copy and paste emails and write the wrong coach's name and send it to a different coach.
I'm sure he loved that.
I didn't get a reply.
Delete. Shocker.
So that was things I learned during the recruiting process, but I knew I didn't want to go Division 1 just because I've never been to America. So I was like,
I didn't want to make a big commitment.
Yeah, I didn't want to make a big commitment because I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. So I decided to go the junior college route. And
how did you find out about like the junior college? Just the internet and talking to people? You just
just talking to people.
A lot of people just know like D1, D2, D3, but they don't realize like how much golf's played at the community college level.
Yeah, I looked up online. I knew I read somewhere it's only a 2-year program year, your associate's degree. So I'm like, okay,
perfect, yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty much still college.
For sure.
College sport, it's just a different level.
Yeah.
So I was like, we messaged some coaches, and Coach Young from Hutchinson Community College messaged us back and gave my brother and I the same offer, scholarship to come over. And my parents at the time were like, well, you're going to take it because I want you both together, especially for two of us that have never been to America. We didn't know what to experience. So we just got dropped off in the middle of Kansas for our first time in America. And I didn't realize wearing cowboy boots was an actual thing. I thought that was just a movie thing, but no, it's true. They wear it. They wear the cowboy hats. They do everything. So that was a shock.
Did you search up like what's it like in Hutchinson, Kansas, or were you just like, McDonald's at the corner? All right, this looks good.
No, I tell you exactly what I did. I searched up, and at the school, you can probably search it up on maps. There's a McDonald's close by, and I'm like, that's walking distance, so I'm good. That's exactly what came to mind. But it's in a town of 50,000. We knew it was a small town. It wasn't going to be like where we lived in Sydney and all the cities and stuff. So we knew that was going to be different, and then we didn't realize how different that was going to be pretty much flat town, and there's nothing else to do other than just play golf. So that was my journey from Australia to come to America. And then junior college, if anyone's played at the junior college level, it's a good start, but they're very efficient with their use of money. So we would go to tournaments and we would have to share beds with the teammates.
Right.
Coach would only get 2 rooms, 4 beds,
Yeah.
8 guys traveled. Everyone's sharing a bed.
Yeah.
The tournaments was good.
Food was
good because coach would pay it, so we would just
Okay,
take.
yeah.
Everyone just went to one place.
fed you guys well. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
A lot of Subway, Olive Garden.
I mean, in Kansas or in the Midwest, there's just a lot of chains, anyways. Right?
Yeah,
For the
so
most
so
part.
we were fine, but the tournaments were good. Like
no Burger King. No.
we played. I think there was one tournament where I think it was blowing like 45 miles, and that was the worst tournament we've ever been a part of. I think the average on the first hole was, I think, 11, and I made an 11.
Oh my gosh.
It was stupid.
That's crazy.
And they continued to play. They didn't stop it.
Was it
like,
cold?
Oh, it was cold. It was super cold, and they don't
imagine.
junior JUCO tournaments. They don't stop it for anything.
No, you just keep playing.
Yeah, they just keep playing.
Wow.
But that was a great experience. I had like the best time. I made a lot of memories. I made a lot of good friends.
And then you played a Australian tour event, right? Back in like after your first semester of college.
Yeah, so
back home.
Yeah, right before I came to America my freshman year, I won the club championships at my home golf course. I won it on the last hole. I was 2 down.
Yeah, and you called that penalty on 17 on that guy, didn't you? Or was it a different tournament?
No, that's a different one. I was 2 down playing the last hole. He doubled, and I made birdie.
Wow.
He hit it OB. So I won it on the last event, and we hosted it's called the New South Wales Open, so it's a state open on the Australasian tour, and they had a special agreement that the club champ from the year before had a spot in the next year's open. So, because I won it the year before, I had a spot. So my freshman year, 2016, in the fall, I went to school, and then in November I came back to play the tournament. Missed the cut, obviously. I didn't know what I was doing.
But that was the last time you went back home, and was that like after your first semester?
That wasn't the last time I came home the year, that break.
Oh, okay. So the event was before you came to school.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you went home.
Yeah, so I only came back for a week, and then I went back to school to finish off school. Then I came back, and then I went back to school. But then it was the last time I was in Australia was 2018-19, that break.
Oh, okay. Your sophomore year, you went back to.
Because I took one of my friends, Jack, there, and that was the last time I went there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But during JUCO, I was like, well, I had a great experience. I want to keep playing golf, and
yeah,
I was like, let's transfer. So started up the emails again, or I sent so much emails. It's just a tough process, but you just got to stay persistent in your college search.
And how long? Kind of random question, but how long is the flight from Australia to here? Like,
I took the longest one.
Of course, cheapest.
It wasn't the cheapest. It was just
what it was.
Yeah, it's what it was, and it was from Sydney to Dallas, and that's 17 hours.
Wow. Flight time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just in the air.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but then the other times I went there and back, I went to LA, which was 15 hours.
Yeah. So. Wow, that's a long way.
Yeah.
Dang. Crazy. Yep. So then you managed to make your way here.
Yep. I found a school at Old Dominion University, and this is where I met Mike. He was a freshman. I was a transfer junior, and he lived down the hall from me. He lived with a tennis player, and I lived with another guy on the team.
Yeah, my former teammate, Chris. Shout out Chris Ayers.
Yeah.
He's listening out there.
And then I just played golf, and after that junior year, I was like, golf isn't what I want to do anymore. I was kind of, I wasn't, I was kind of burnt out. I still like golf. I still play golf to this day. That's why we're doing this. But the playing professionally, I was like, I can't do that. I would never get to that level of like
Sure.
that.
Don't
good.
want to.
I didn't want to. I didn't want
Yeah.
to put myself through that.
Right.
I didn't
Spend the time, energy, money, because it's a lot. Like if you don't want to do it, then because even if you do want to do it, you're missing out on a lot of other stuff at the same time. I feel like, I mean, so it's definitely not for everyone. But what would you say, I guess, are some of the lessons you've learned and applied? And it doesn't have to be like, not everyone has like these crazy, symbolic, metaphorical lessons, but like for you, like what was it for you that you learned?
I just learned how one door can open other doors. The opportunities that my journey has presented me with, that's the biggest thing I learned, is that if you don't go through the first one, other doors aren't going to open for you.
Right. And were you nervous and scared to go maybe from Australia to Kansas to here?
Yeah, I never been to America. I lived there for 18 years of my life.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to expect. My parents weren't going to be there. No one was going to do like my laundry or cook meals for me. So it was pretty much, I get dropped off and I'm by myself now.
Yeah.
I have to grow up. I grew up real quick. I was there. My brother was there to help me. So we helped each other out.
Yep. Shout out Andy.
Yep. And that's the biggest thing I learned, is like the amount of opportunities of just meeting people, playing golf and traveling is like crazy. And I never thought I would meet this many people and travel around America.
Right.
And even like after transferring, like after I knew didn't want to play golf anymore. It's not like I didn't want to play golf. I knew
professionally. Yeah, it wasn't your career, like your life anymore.
It wasn't career. Yeah. I was like, okay, let's go figure something else out. And at the time, my senior year comes around, I have to do this internship to graduate. And funny, coach said, the equipment room is always looking for interns. So walked down there, talked to Daniel Cornier, who's the head equipment manager at ODU. And I was like, hey, coach said you're looking for interns. I'll be happy to work for you to graduate. And I did that for a semester with football, and I enjoy myself to where I asked him if I could be a graduate assistant, and he gave me the opportunity to be that for the following spring and the fall. And that opportunity would never present itself if I didn't take that first leap of coming to America.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even know what American football was a few years ago, and then you worked for a whole year with the college football team, probably met some of the players, and
it was just a crazy learning experience of learning everything, equipment side of football, and also learning the rules and pretty much the plays. I didn't like going to practice every day. I learned a lot, but that's where my journey took me. I learned a lot of valuable lessons with opportunity and taking action, putting yourself out there. That's the biggest one. Now, a lot of kids don't put themselves out there. I had to come from Australia, and I was like, I knew I wasn't going to grow in Australia. I was just going to stay the same. So I was like, I need to change. So I come over here, did all this, took a leap, and it's changed me for the better.
Yeah, I think that mirrors like a lot of stuff. Whether it's like putting yourself out there on the internet or if it's putting yourself out there in life. Like you have to give yourself a chance for like luck or good things to find you. Nothing can find you if you're not out there trying to do it and just putting yourself out there. So I think that's a fantastic lesson that can be applied everywhere.
Yeah, I think anyone who's listening out there is that if you want to do something, just go out there and I guess take action and create your own opportunities. When my graduate assistant spot wasn't there, I had to ask him to create it for me.
Yeah.
So he created an opportunity for me. So I did that because I initiated that. I took action and I asked him.
Right.
Because no one is going to come to your door and give you any opportunity.
Yeah.
You have to go out there and seek it or manifest it in a way. Create it your own. Create your own opportunity.
I mean, we started this podcast 3 episodes ago, and how are we going to meet different people if we don't, give ourselves a chance to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might sound cringe or corny. This is the 3rd one. Like, who cares? So it's the only way to get better anyway.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think doing something, even if you're struggling with it or not doing it right or figuring out how to learn it, beats sitting on the sidelines making fun of someone 100 times. Yeah, 100 times. Being in there, figuring it out, even if you're struggling with it, that is way better than sitting on the sidelines or pointing, That's for sure. So
yeah, so I guess that's my journey. It's I think it's a simple one, but it's a unique journey.
Of course.
Everyone has a unique story of how they got to where they are. And during this process, I met Mike and this created. So if I didn't come to America, this wouldn't be a thing, this podcast that we're doing right now. Or
if I didn't sit there freaking journaling, writing down all my crazy thoughts, I wouldn't be here either.
So it's crazy how every decision in life that you have done prior to this has led you to where we are right now, doing this podcast and helping others in any way we can.
Definitely, but you just gotta put yourself out there and give yourself a chance. Give the world a chance to find you and make something good happen for you. I think that's the lesson.
The only one to blame is yourself if you don't try. So, in anything you want to do out there, take action. And if you are struggling to what to do, message us. Message us on Instagram at Mike and Doug Pod. We'll be happy to help you in any way we can. Because the only way, if you want to get to where you want to go, is to have others helping you.
Right. Yeah. Seeking out a teacher or mentor is definitely been a major thing for us, and all of our mentors are very helpful for us and huge. So, well, Doug, thank you for sharing your story. And I know, obviously, that was just a little bit about the golf part. There's tons of more lessons you learned, but we'll cap it at that for today.
Yeah. So we have a ton of other, I guess, mini stories within our journey that
guilty.
We will
charged with the stories.
Share at some point where it's appropriate, to what we're talking about.
Yep. And you guys let us know if you want to see anyone on here on the pod, or you want to come on, shoot us a message. We're always looking for people's different stories to share and trying to inspire and reach as many people as possible. So I think that about does it. Peace.